Why it's difficult to control your mind these days. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. I'm back with another video, and this video is going to be a very straightforward video, but please let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you control your mind. My email's in the description, so let's get right to it. The reason why it's difficult for you to control your mind, you would think it's a lot of things outside of yourself. You would think, it's the government's fault. You would think it's, the school system's fault, your parents' fault, your uncle, that bully back in elementary school. You would think that it's all of these external things outside of yourself's fault. And to a degree, yes, they've influenced your mind and the way that you've perceived the world and yourself, especially as the years pass by. I understand trauma is a real thing, but one thing I do want you to understand in this video is that the real battle isn't with any of these things that I just mentioned. It isn't with any of these external influences or factors. The real battle is inside your own mind. The real battle is with your own self, your shadow self. You are your own worst enemy. I know we've heard that saying before, and I'm going to dive deep into that in this presentation today. And so the message is, there's a battle, and it's inside of your own self. And this is what a lot of people don't realize. And I didn't realize this for the longest. I used to think it was everything outside of me, until I realized I had control and I took accountability, which is what you're doing, and which is why you're different from a lot of people. You see, and like I talk about in these videos that I make, it's all about controlling your mind to bridge the gap, right? And that's how we're going to bridge it today, by talking again about the foundation of mind control. You see, in your current situation, right, you're stuck here due to your habits, right? The habits and vices you have are taking your energy away. You see, things like only you know what is unique to your own situation. And the thing is, a lot of these things, I wouldn't say are necessarily bad. It just is. It is what it is. Only you know if it's holding you back from your desired situation. But the most common ones we see are obviously the social media apps, the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of these things. And which aren't bad things at all. Social media are actually great tools. I think they're fantastic tools, as long as you don't let it control you, right? As long as you, take advantage of it and not let it take advantage of you. I think that's a better trade-off. And that's taking energy away from you, though, if you feel like it is. Same with the news, right? A lot of times, if you want to have a bad day, just go watch the news, and you'll see how that's going to, affect your mindset, and see how it's going to pretty much, affect your day-to-day interactions. Your mental health, right? Drinking or smoking or whatever it is, and burgers, fries, junk food, and explicit material. All of these things are literally taking your energy away, and it's going to get interesting as to why I pointed this out and how this is in direct correlation with your ability to control your mind. Because the thing is, all of these things are taking your energy away, and everything is energy, and you need energy to build it up for your desired situation. You need energy to get to your desired situation, right? Because if you're doing all of these instant gratification, activities, right, it's taking the energy away that you would use to think about your desired situation, to visualize, to live from the end, to do all of these things I talk about in my videos, right? But you don't have the energy to do it because of the vices that are taking you away from your desired situation. I know you want that burger, right? I know you want that Big Mac. I know you want that butter burger. I know you want that super smash burger. But the thing is, it's like a lot of these things, are taking away the energy and discipline that you need to your desired situation. And if you're somebody that's not affected by these things, and you're getting closer and closer to who it is that you want to be, then that's great, then that's good. But I'm just saying, these are a lot of things that are common, at least I know for myself and people, whenever it comes to their current situations and why they remain stuck, because of vices like this. So the thing is, the version of you in your desired situation knows how to transmute energy into the important things, right? So this version of you on the right side of the screen knows how to use energy. And instant gratification is designed to take your energy away in the long term, which is why it's important to delay gratification for long term fulfillment and happiness. And the thing is, I know delayed gratification is boring. I know it's not that fun. I know it hurts now. I know you don't want to feel pain now. I know you don't want to go through it now. I know you don't want to be uncomfortable to get comfortable. I get it. Trust me, I really do. But the longer you stay consistent with delaying gratification and doing things that are building up your energy, the long-term fulfillment and happiness is guaranteed. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. And this is what's been hard for me to grasp for a long time until I decided to make that switch with the majority of my life. And which is why I want to share this information with you, because I know the delayed gratification aspect of this presentation is what's going to help you realize who it is that you really want to become in your desired situation. So activities such as eating healthy, obviously your health, wealth, and relationships, right? Building those things up. Meditation, being able to focus your thoughts, because you understand thoughts is the seed, right, that brings in fruit to your desired situation. Obviously exercise, weightlifting, whatever they may be, martial arts, right, anything, yoga or Pilates, whatever it is that you're doing, right? All of these things help you build energy within. Massage therapy, being able to take yourself out and, get a massage, and self-care and taking care of your skin, and all of these things help build the energy up of self-esteem that helps you, live from the end, be that character of yours that has what it is that you want. Journaling as well, and prayer, prayer and gratitude. Prayer and gratitude, being grateful, is one of the best types of energy builders, and it's something that it's going to give you more in return sooner rather than later, right? And that's the difference. The difference between successful people and people that aren't successful is that successful people understand that life is an energy game, and you're starting to understand life is an energy game. You're starting to realize, man, these things are really taking me away from who it is I want to be. And that's what separates you from the majority of the crowd, because a lot of people don't understand how things like this are affecting them. They don't understand why they don't feel that great about themselves or their situation or their quality of life. And they literally don't know it's because they just don't have the energy, right, built up to transmute over to your desired situation. They're walking around with low energy, they're walking around with low vibrational thoughts and a low frequency, a low quality of life. They're not able to control their minds. That's why they remain in their current situation. And it feels so good, right? Don't all of these things feel so good? They feel so great, but you realize it never satisfies you. It never, ever does, right? But you realize you do have a sense of fulfillment and happiness when you delay gratification. You take care of your body, you take care of your temple, right? You realize that there's a higher quality of life. You realize that your potential is higher than you think. You realize that you're more capable of doing things. Your brain is sharper, you're faster, you'll be able to process information a lot better because you're in control of your mind. And that is the foundation of this channel, why the Continence Club is here to exist. And the ability for you to control your mind is the reason why you watched the video up to this point, right? Because you have focused attention, and I really genuinely mean that. You are going to be a very successful person if you're able to hold your attention, sit through things and watch things. And because that's the energy that it takes for you to visualize and for you to put your attention to all of these things that are really going to help you with your mental fortitude. So with that being said, control your mind. And I know it seems like everything is against you, that all the narratives and all of these things dictate your life, but that's not true. There's so many people these days, every single day, becoming more and more successful, people realizing their desired situation, and you're going to be one of them, right? So let's stick this journey out together. And with that being said, this is Mekus with the Continence Club. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you on the other side, and until next time.